Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Sorry, we're a little bit later today. Had some things to get done this morning, so 2 o'clock. Thank you for watching, or you're watching it on recording. And I'm just checking my Facebook. Make sure it's going live because I think my internet is a little slow today. So if for some reason I cut out on Facebook, I will re-record it and post it for later. But today I wanted to talk about something I was thinking about this weekend was creating your own weather and creating your own world. I'm going to go into a little bit about, some personal experiences and also about business and just life in general, and a quick story of something I've heard of, a story you probably have heard of before in your lifetime, and might help you with your day-to-day of life and business of creating your own world and weather, and kind of like the silver lining and things. But I'm going to talk about my sons. And then, of course, sometimes they watch. So if you're watching this, the story is that my son's if your weather every day is more of an introvert, I feel myself, I know my sons, we're a little bit more introverted sometimes. We like to create our own, like when we go on vacation and we go places, we're like in our own world, just us. We don't talk much to other people, and because we want to, enjoy things ourselves. But until we started hanging around people, and I'm going to refer to my fiance Kelly in this, and many of you may know her and know her well, is that until we're all together and we see how different people are with creating their own world and their own weather of situations and where they are, we're all different. And how I connect that, I'm going to go into how I connect that into business, is that example, like Kelly is an extreme extrovert. When you see extreme extrovert, it's someone who's completely opposite you. You never realize how you are as an introvert or extrovert until you have those. So if you have a spouse or a significant other or family that introverts and extroverts, how different you really are. But the whole point is that you can be great in real estate no matter what. You don't have to be an extrovert. But the point I'm sorry I'm all over the place with this, is that an extrovert, someone that creates their own world every time they go out, they're talking to people, communicating with people. You're communicating people a different way, a different level. When my kids were younger, I go, Kelly, she's like a stranger danger. They wouldn't want to talk to people. I didn't really talk to people. And I really felt that I was missing out on a lot of getting to know people, even though we're away on vacations, or we're in a restaurant, or we're in line for a movie, or we're doing things. I mean, not really much now, but when we're doing things, it's just talking to the person behind you, and getting to know those for just for 5 minutes, and how you could create a whole new experience for yourself in your world. So creating your own environment is every day. Creating your own world, creating your own weather. What I mean by that, and I've heard that term before, creating your own weather, doesn't mean obviously sunshine, rain. You're not creating the weather, but you're creating how, if it's a cloudy day, are you going to have a good day? Are you going to create a good day? Are you going to go out and talk to people, communicate, get to know someone? I'm not that person. I'm more of an introvert, but sometimes I step out of that box and do it, and it's so rewarding to do that. So every day, the point of this whole video is every day you could create your own weather. Do you want to be an introvert? Do you want to be just with yourself and create your own thoughts and minds and things that you're thinking? Or do you want to go out and experience the world and really make the most of it and get to know someone? And that's where the sales and real estate comes in, is getting to know people. I remember this trip once. I took my sons to New York City, and so first time and only time I've actually been in New York as like a sightseer. I've been there for meetings and business things, but in and out, but not there for a few days. And I remember in New York, I thought everybody there, and if my sons are watching this, they might even remember me doing this, is that when it's just us and Kelly's not around, sometimes I take the torch. I'm going to be the one that talks to people and it gets to know somebody. And I made an effort on that vacation, just me and my boys, to start getting to know people in New York City. I thought New York is a cold, a lot of people running around. It's insane. If you've been in New York City, gosh, compared to Cleveland, it's insane amount of people and things and running around. But I felt, let me talk to the guy at the hotel, or the waiting in line at a show, or waiting for our table at a restaurant, getting to know people. And I made an effort more than I normally would to get to know people, and it definitely made the trip better, to getting to know people and hearing their stories. And I created my own weather. I wanted to do something different that I normally do. I wanted to say, I'm gonna make this trip a little bit different. And I bet my sons remember that trip, and it made it more memorable to step out of that box of being more introverted and doing that. But so how you do this in business, and why I was thinking about this weekend, was you have to do some things, to create different weather, turn bad situations into good situations. If you have a bad relationship with a client, if something's not going right, you could switch it and look at the positive side of things, get to know them a little bit better, get more personal with them, not just a business relationship. I know a lot of us, I was that way for many years. It's just business, a business relationship. But then as soon as you start breaking that barrier of making it a little bit more personal, sometimes helps the relationship. Then know that you're connected with them, and connected with them in a positive way, on a personal level. And I was never that way for many years in real estate. I was successful until I broke that next. Let's get a little bit more personal with my clients. That helps that. So creating your own world is creating your own world in relationships with each client that you have, the way they want to be connected to. So like, there's people that don't want to be talked to. Some people want to just keep a business. Some people are just waiting for you to go that next step, because they want a personal connection with you, to do business with you. So that was kind of the point I'm getting to, or one of the points I'm getting to, is creating that intimate relationship, either the way that customer wants, and creating your own weather or world with that customer, because that's their experience buying a house. What experience do they want to take from that? And then just in general in life, I was just thinking about this, is that any agent out there that's not reaching their goals, you can't really have excuses. You're in control of your destiny. You're in control of your success. And for some reason, I was thinking about this story that I heard once long ago, and I don't know I won't give you the exact the way it was written in the book that I read years ago, but it was a story about two brothers, actually. One was a doctor, and one was a convicted felon and in and out of jail. You might have heard this story before, so I might butcher it a little bit, but this is my interpretation of it. And they were interviewing the two brothers, and they asked the brother that was a successful doctor, what happened when growing up that you became a doctor? How did you succeed? He goes, well, my father was an abusive alcoholic. That's how he left it. Because he basically said, my father was abusive alcoholic. I wanted to be the exact opposite of him, and I worked very hard. I didn't want to be like him. And that's what he said. Then they went to the brother that was in and out of jail and down on his life and not doing well in life. I asked him the same question, what happened to you growing up? And he said, well, my father was an abusive alcoholic. And obviously, that's why I became what I am, because he was an abusive alcoholic. So basically, the whole point that I took from that story always kind of resonated with me, is how are you going to interpret, how are you going to mold your own life and create your own weather of how are you going to view that? So everything in your life is you're in control of. I like to say I'm a silver lining person. There's always something positive that comes out of a negative. A lot of times you don't want those negative things to happen, but you got to take which way are you going to go with it? Is it going to boost you up somehow, even though you didn't like that thing to happen, or are you going to let it bring you down? Everything almost everything. I mean, I'm an everything person. There's a positive, some type of positive to everything that happens. I just am. I just am. Because it's inevitable. Things happen in your life that you're out of your control. So if it's something that's bad happens, financially, relationship wise, death, anything that happens in your life, there's something positive. And remember, let me stress this, because when I say this to people, sometimes they go, no, there's never nothing positive about that. No, that thing that just happened was inevitable. It's going to happen. How you react from it, take it into a positive way. You didn't want it to happen. You don't want it to happen again. And you pray to God that it doesn't happen to you again, so that if anything, it'll help you grow and help you get through the next hard time, because you've been through it before. So I'm not even giving, obviously I'm not giving you specifics of bad things. Bad things happen to all of us, but always remember, you can create your own world, create your own weather. And again, my view is that even if it's in your life, it's raining, it's cloudy, it's not a good day for you in the weather itself and what's happening to you, but you could turn it into something positive and be successful and get through it. And so that's the whole point of my video today, is that I was thinking about this weekend and how different situations in my life have helped me. The bad times have gotten me to the good times. How I try to make my experiences personal and business, and create my own weather and create my own world individually for each person that I'm connected to, business wise and or personally. And of course, you are in control of everything you do. Your life, you are 100% control of which way you take your life. And if you're going to be taking it towards your goals and your dreams and the things you want to accomplish, or you're going to be pulling it back and doing a U-turn and taking it in the wrong direction, but it's all in control of you. So hopefully we could take a little bit of that. I know I was a little all over the place. I'm just trying to get these thoughts out and what helps me day to day and help you day to day too. So that's it for today. Tomorrow at 11, we'll be back in the morning and we'll do something a little more real estate training related. So hopefully you could join us tomorrow at 11. So that's it for today. Have a great Monday and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.